What's going on, guys? My name is Trevor and welcome back to the channel. August has come and went. One of the longer months of the year, at least for me. I call it the August blues. It's not a very fun month. It's my least favorite month of the entire year. Not too many great movies come out, but surprisingly enough, this month of August actually had some pretty good movies in there. And today, before we get into September movies, we gotta talk about all the August movies that I watched, rank them, and place them on the proper tiers. I am including August 2023 movies only. Let me know what you watched in August down below in the comment section. Hit that like button and subscribe button, and let's hop into these tiers. So starting out with the tiers, we have best of the month, we have great, we have surprising, doesn't fit on that tier, but we have surprising, we have meh. We have worst of the month. I saw 6 new releases in the month of August. And here we go. Starting off with Gran Turismo. A lot of people are iffy on this one. Some people say it's absolutely great. Some people say it's not all that great. For me, this was the best of the month. I came out of this movie head over heels in love with it. I had a smile from ear to ear. This is everything and more I could have wanted in a movie, and it's my favorite feel-good movie of the year, and this is probably a top 5 favorite movie of the year for me in general. Could not believe that this is actually based on true story. I actually played this on the PS2. I had a handheld. I didn't know you could have the whole wheel and everything, but I used to play Gran Turismo. It's a really great game, and the fact that they could pay homage to the video game throughout this movie, and the fact that they made it based on a true story, it's just so compelling. It's so inspiring. David Harbour is absolutely fantastic. Orlando Bloom, we don't see him nearly enough. And I came out of this one just saying that was easily one of my favorite movies of the year and the best movie of the month of August, and I loved it, and I want more people to go see it, and this one I'll even go and buy on Blu-ray. Speaking of movies I might buy on Blu-ray, TMNT, Mutant Mayhem. Great tier. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is something I've grown up loving, watching all the time. TMNT 2007 is one of my favorite animated movies ever. Coming into this one, I was expecting just a fun time. I like the vibes from the trailers, and the best part about this movie is that it's focusing on these teenagers who are Ninja Turtles. They never really focus on a teenage aspect as much as they do with this one. They're using teenage slang, the Riz, and all these different things. There was very funny dialogue in there. And again, it felt like these were teenage kids. The voice cast was teenagers, and they really hit on that throughout it. The animation style was great. Superfly was a great villain, voiced by Ice Cube. Jackie Chan as Splinter. I mean, what more do you want? A really, really solid animated movie. In my opinion, it's a great year for animated movies. Then we have Heart of Stone, Gal Gadot, in the worst of the month. Now, I'm just gonna say, I'm not the biggest Gal Gadot fan, and I thought this movie she might be able to carry, and she couldn't, and I don't necessarily know if that's her fault or like other cast members' fault, but this movie's just forgettable, it's boring, and it's one of those big budget Netflix movies that just doesn't make sense why it got made. Literally, probably couldn't even tell you how this movie ended. It felt like a Mission Impossible wannabe, so many different things all over the place, and I felt like they're trying to set up a franchise, and they didn't really focus on making just one good movie. Then we have Blue Beetle, DC's Blue Beetle. DC for me is just having kind of an L of a year, and it's going in meh, and I don't even think this is my favorite DC project, which is pretty sad because I have not been a fan of really any DC project this year. Joel Maridueña is great. He is a star, and he did a very, very, very good job. And the family aspect of this movie is obviously the best part. Everyone who saw it will tell you that. But, I mean, it's like they took a template off the wall at DC Studios where, hey, you want this template? Just fill in the blanks so you can turn it in. And that's what it felt like. You know what you get for that? Just a freaking D. I want to give you an F. You D. For disappointing, because that's exactly what Blue Beetle was. The villain was so cliche. They have a father figure in there, like, it's gonna hit hard. There's gonna be an emotional scene with him. There's gonna be a love interest in there. There's just so many things, you name it, it's in this movie. When they had the action, it was good. Joel Maridueña is a good character, has a good arc, and I'm excited to see him again if they decide to bring him back. But again, who really knows the future of DC? I have really just zero clue as to where we're headed from here. So, came out of Blue Beetle just pretty disappointed, unfortunately. Then we have Untold, Johnny Football. I'm a diehard football fan. They have been dropping a bunch of Untold series, and this one was Johnny Football, which I'm going to put in the great tier. Johnny Football, for my non-football fans, was Johnny Manziel. He went to Texas A&M, and he's arguably the greatest college football player to ever live, walk this earth. And it just follows this guy who really got caught up in the hype and the party and the money, and that's ultimately what happened to Johnny Football. When you see him play football, like all those flashbacks and everything, like, it was insane. He would do the money signs. This dude he was bigger than life. He was bigger than the world. And then everything just came around to correct itself. You go to the NFL and it just doesn't work out the way you thought it would. Very good. I really enjoy this Untold series. They had one for Jake Paul, which was okay. I'm watching the one about the Florida Gators right now. and it's great. I'm really enjoying these Untold series, and the Johnny Football one, if you haven't seen it, definitely recommend it. It's fire. Then we have the final movie I watched literally 2 nights ago. You Are So Not Invited to My Bar Mitzvah, which is starring Sadie and Sonny Sandler and Adam Sandler's wife, and Idina Menzel, and a group of just a great cast of young kids. This is Adam Sandler's family all in a movie. It is surprising as all hell. Is it cheesy and a little bit cliche and a little bit formulaic? Absolutely. You can see where this movie's gonna go, 1000%. But nonetheless, I was laughing my butt off throughout this. I like the Happy Madison movies, even though they're dumb. I still like them. I laugh. I have fun with them. And Sadie and Sonny Sandler do a great job here, and his wife's in this movie as well. And like, we all love the Sandman, and it's just really cool to be able to see his family on screen, and we fell in love with them as well. It's a fun, funny, silly coming-of-age story that honestly hits you kind of like in the heart, that makes you feel all warm and fuzzy. It'll make you smile, it'll make you laugh, and Adam Sandler on screen with his kids, I mean, it was pretty freaking cool to see. Before we get out here, we will rank these from my least favorite to favorite for the month of August. Obviously, at number 1 is going to be Gran Turismo. Then I got TMNT Mutant Mayhem. Then I'm going to go You Are So Not Invited to My Bar Mitzvah. Then I'll go Untold Johnny Football. Obviously, Untold in that great tier, but that's surprising tier. I just wasn't expecting to enjoy this movie as much as I did. So You Are So Not Invited to My Bar Mitzvah. Then Untold Johnny Football. Then Blue Beetle, then Heart of Stone. You got some really good highs in there and just some stinkers in there. But let me know what you watched in the month of August down below in the comment section. What was your favorite and least favorite movie of the month? And what's your most anticipated movie for the rest of the year? Some good ones coming out, and I'm excited for all of them. Thank you guys so much for watching and for all the support. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.